Max Hanchett ready to boot it as the fans brought back to life here at Royal Stadium on a chilly Friday night. Mission Prep hoping to go 5-0 in the Mountain League, while AG looking for a big upset. They're 2-2 as Clark returns it at the 15. He's got some blockers in front of him, but slips and falls at the 25. That'll be an old school NFL touchback here as AG has a chance now to build more momentum. Any points here would have to feel good.
Oh, this is a huge drive for both teams here. For Mission Prep, it's important to get a stop here to not allow them to go into half with a lead. And then, of course, conversely, if AG is able to get any points here, as you said, then they go in, get the ball back. You can make it a two-score game, and that's the way this clock's been running in this game. It could be a commanding lead.
So again, the 4 wide receiver look as Arroyo Grande's 4th possession of this contest begins with a handoff to Junior Herlihy. And a flag flies early as it looks like AG may be going backwards. Tackle made by Gabe Ahumada, the leading tackler tonight for Mission Prep, Connor. And when you look at the battle in the trenches today, what stood out to you as a holding is called?
Well, what stood out to me recently has been the right side, especially of that AG offensive line. I think that's big number 75, Jeremy Tavio. And then next to him, I think it's 66. Is that what it is? Yeah, 65, Devin Lewis. Those two guys have been mashing on the inside, and that's where most of their runs have seen success.
But behind the stakes here as a 1st and 20 comes, and you've got to be careful. This Mission Prep defense came up with an interception on AG's first drive.
Yeah, you see that Mission Preps here got their 2 safeties back. They're expecting the pass, and that's kind of been what the MO's been in the second quarter a little bit. They're kind of playing the pass a little bit more than the run.
An offense that averages 135 passing yards per game. But instead, this is Butler on the jet sweep, and Brandon Butler nearly gets back to the original line of scrimmage, picking up about 5 there to the 20.
Yeah, and that was a great tackle by Mario Loera, able to get outside. And we've seen the Mission Prep defense do a great job of containing the speed on the outsides, especially tonight. It's been more when it's coming up right through the gut has been where they've struggled.
And again, not one huddle has occurred in the backfield for Arroyo Grande today. Less than 3 minutes to go in the first half, and a 2nd and 14 coming with Herlihy in the backfield. Missamore nearly picked off as Jamar Howard jumps in as a DB and read the quarterback like a book. Pass intended for Brett Pinkerton.
Well, there you go. That's what you're supposed to do if you're going to give a guy some off coverage. You're supposed to not be threatened by the upfield route because you have that cushion. And then you can undercut a route like that. J.J. Howard almost took one back for 6 and would have sent this crowd into a frenzy.
So far, it's been Brett Pinkerton, the leading receiver for Arroyo Grande. 3 catches for 40 yards. Mission Prep has been able to quiet the combination of Clark and Santos, as this time Missamore looking to go deep. Pinkerton defended by Howard, and he uses the boundary as a second defender there. It's a 3 and out for the Royals defense.
Yeah, what a great showing by the Royals defense there. Way to stand up after you get your first points of the game, and now give your offense a chance to get some points before the end of the half. With 2 minutes and 40 seconds left, they use less time than that to score their last touchdown.
And it'll be the first Eagles punt as Josue Lopez Ramirez, the junior, has 18 punts, averaging 30 yards per punt, and we'll kick it off to Cole Tanner. Not much pressure comes from the Royals, and that punt is booted. Bouncing at the 38 and takes an Eagles hop. You wonder why it was grabbed there by Aiden Ross, but nonetheless, it is a meaty punt as the field flips. 62 yards on that punt.
Yeah, you said it, though. Interesting decision to catch the ball that could still potentially roll for another. You never know the way the egg bounces.
Wow, from the 20 to the 32-yard line as less than a minute came off of the clock on that drive. So Mission Prep with a 2.5-minute touchdown drive a moment ago. Quickly back on the field, and maybe a tired Eagles defense. You got to keep in mind that.
Yeah, and with a full complement of timeouts, their full playbook is still available to them right now. They don't have to become one-dimensional if they don't want to.
It'll be an I formation here for the Royals with Towson and Harrigan behind White. Garrett at the bottom of your screen, Howard at the top as the handoff is given to Drew Harrigan. He surges through and is tackled at the 38. Big gain of about 6 yards. Lets the clock run a little bit.
Yeah, and we saw Armin Clayton there. The tight end was able to get a nice down block, which was able to kind of set the crease there for Harrigan on that run.
Leading linebacker tackler in Tanner Charisma, who had 5 tackles in the win over Rigetti last week. Now we're at the 2-minute mark of this first half. Harrigan again, around the left side, an off-tackle run, and the defense is ready. Good group tackle there, led by number 11, Damian Santos.
Yeah, you got to give credit where credit's due, and one thing AG's done really well tonight is tackle the football. They've made tackles in open field on the Mission Prep skill guys, which is something many teams across the Mountain League have struggled to do this season.
3rd and 5 at the 37. Same formation for the hosts. The 2 wide receiver set. 3-step drop, White. Gonna take his own life in his hands and get another first down. That is 3 quarterback scampers, all for first downs for White.
Yeah, they just like to run the very basic 3-step drop game, and you know, they teach you that. Your quarterback's coach will tell you hit your back foot in the dirt. If your guy's not open, pull it down because it's not like there's anything else you can do.
Mission Prep with an eye on the clock. Both teams have all 3 timeouts in this quick moving first half. Play action, going deep. Howard's wide open. He's got it. Santos nearly trips him up, but J.J. Howard, 51-yard strike, and Mission Prep can do it that quick.
We knew it was coming. We knew eventually they were going to have to run the post. There's been too many tackles by the safeties, and Jamar Howard, once he gets the ball, all you see is tail lights.